Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dom Mafia Live, your go-to show about the Buffalo Bills at 11 a.m. EST and also at 5:15 p.m. EST. You read that title correctly, all right? And I'm sorry if I'm being a negative Nancy, but I suppose it's just the Bills fan in me that has seen seasons go fantastic but then get derailed by something. Like, what is the biggest threat to the Buffalo Bills as we wrap up this season? We have 5 games left, right? Have the Rams, who I think we match up very well against, particularly on their defense. We understood yesterday that we could run the football all over this LA Rams team. And that's ideally what I think that we're going to do. Maybe we throw Josh Allen out there to really go on ahead and solidify his MVP campaign with the Detroit Lions. I'm not sure if you guys ended up seeing my short video earlier this morning, but they literally have 13 players on the IR from their defense. It is a terrible defense due to all of the injuries. So I surprisingly feel very confident about that game as well. And then with all of our divisionals, if all according goes to plan, if everything goes according to plan, I see nothing stopping this Buffalo Bills team from finishing out the season, not losing another game, and really being able to make noise in the playoffs. But there's one thing. There's one thing that plagues each and every single team, all right? Some of the curses are a hell of a lot worse on one side rather than the other. But we absolutely need to pray to whatever deity that you worship, pray to God, that the Buffalo Bills' defensive side of the ball stays as healthy as humanly possible. Healthy as humanly possible. That, my friends, spoiler alert, is the one thing that I believe could derail this team from living up to their full potential. And you'll notice how I'm just sticking with the defense at this point. I'm exclusively sticking with the defense here because offensively, I think that we have proven that we can win games even against quality competition if there is a receiver missing or if there is a second string offensive tackle. Ryan Vandemark, for example, stepped up wonderfully for the injured Spencer Brown against Kansas City the other week. I think offensively, as long as we have a healthy Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, Shakir, and Keon Coleman, say, for example, you were to remove one of them, I would feel pretty good. Defensively, the entire season, in my opinion, could be derailed by 1 or 2 injuries on the defensive side of the football. And I think we ended up seeing a perfect example of that when we played the Baltimore Ravens on week 4, right? Because really what we were missing in Baltimore was Bernard and was also Taron Johnson. And say, for example, you wanted to count Matt Milano as well, although that we haven't really seen him play a lot of football up until last week. It goes to show you how different this defense looks with some key departures, some key missing players, specifically in the linebacker room, and particularly in our slot, our slot corner position. So, if anything, I think that is what potentially does it. However, if we stay healthy in those positions, or say, for example, they're banged up to a degree, it's very difficult for me to see this team not win a Super Bowl this year. And I know that it's cheap coming from a guy who's obviously a Buffalo Bills fan, right? Like I'm sitting here and I have dedicated my life into covering this team. So obviously everyone's going to say, oh, dude, of course the Bills fan says that the Buffalo Bills are poised to make a Super Bowl run. But am I alone? Am I alone right now, folks? I'm sitting here looking at this squad. We're 10-2. First time since 1991, the year that I was born, by the way, which makes it even more funny. And I'm looking at this roster. I'm looking at the injury report that was released yesterday, and I can't help but get giddy. I can't help but walk into the playoffs feeling very, very confident. I can't help walk into these next couple of games, 5 in a row, where I feel like, okay, this shit's about to go down, baby. So that's my thing. That's what I'm thinking. So you guys go on ahead and you sound off and you let me know your thoughts. What could potentially derail? I have a feeling that all of us are going to be on the exact same page about this. But we are going to happen to figure out how it works out, man. I still think we should have kept Edmonds. I mean, why? Right? So I think that Bernard is, in my opinion, been a better middle linebacker. I just got here. The F is this title. Hey, man, I'm introducing some hypotheticals in the world right now, my friend. What could derail? I mean, it is a fair question, right? It's a fair question. It's a fair question. Dante, what's up, man? Hope all is well. Is Elam really completely inactive? Yes. I think Kyer Elam was attempted to be shipped off at the trade deadline. Nobody wanted him. I think that we are not going to see Kyer Elam play another snap of Buffalo Bills football on the active 53 unless there was some sort of injury. I think that he's going to be released next offseason. Maybe somebody is willing to give over some sort of draft capital for him. Sort of unlikely, in my opinion, but here we are. I lived through those 4 Super Bowls in the 90s. They can't get to the big game again and lose. No way. Robert Vasey came in and actually put something out into the ether. And here's a question. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and I said, all right, would you rather lose to the Kansas City Chiefs again in the playoffs, or would you rather make it to the Super Bowl and lose and go 0-5 in the Super Bowl? And I know this is an unpopular way of saying it, but if the Buffalo Bills make it to the damn Super Bowl, we better fucking win it. That's my thing, Robert. I would rather, all right, and this is all hypothetical. I feel very confident about this team. I have never felt higher on this team, ever. But if we were to make it to a Super Bowl and lose, go 0-5 in all of our attempts, and again, another narrative is added on to this point where this team has already been, you're damn right. I would much rather lose to the Kansas City Chiefs prior to even getting there in the first place. We have to win it all. We absolutely have to win it all this year. We have to. If we make it, have to. Absolutely have to. I probably would agree with you there. That's kind of where my mindset is. Edmonds didn't change out entire defense like Bernard does. So I'll tell you what, I think Bernard is a bit better in pass coverage, right? He's still solid at run defending. He's just an athlete, you know? Lose to Kansas City in the playoffs. Yeah. Okay. Chiefs are getting healthier too. So are we. Edmonds couldn't tie the shoes of Bernard. John Marlowe is coming in. No way on Edmonds. He isn't playing that well. Not $80 million worth. Plus, we couldn't afford him last year. At least he wasn't a priority. I agree, Dan. Can't just get there and not win. Absolutely, Sonny. Chargers better beat the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. I have the Chargers beating the Chiefs this weekend. They played them very close. This Chargers defense is at an all-time high. They are arguably one of the best defenses in the NFL, if not the best. Yeah, no, I have a feeling that our good friend, Jim Harbaugh, is going to hand the Kansas City Chiefs an L this weekend as the Buffalo Bills end up taking over that 1 seed. So one could hope. We will see. But what's going on? 6-pack, I'm pretty sure it will be fine. Chiefs are going down this year. Come on, Bills. Here's another hot take. I don't think that we play the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs this year. I don't. I also think that we go further than the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. So what does that tell you? I think the Kansas City Chiefs lose in either the wild card round and or the divisional. I do. I'm standing on business. And people are going to call me crazy because everybody thinks that previous rosters 2 years ago make up the exact same squad. Everyone thinks that different rosters make up the exact same squad, right? Each and every single year, it is an entirely different team. And even if it is an entirely different team, one or two pieces can tweak an identity to something completely unrecognizable. I'm telling you, this year, the Kansas City Chiefs will either lose in the wild card and or the divisional. I'm telling you right now, I want 2 or 3 losses from Kansas City. Then we can sit players for Pat's game as well. We have LJ. Bills will lock up the 1 seed. Let's go, Buffalo. Dan, let's go. Bella Rose, hope all is well. How you doing? He's having an MVP caliber season with a broken hand. He was indeed. I think we play Kansas City and destroy them. I don't think that we see them. And to be honest with you, I really don't. If Kansas City ends up going up against a divisional opponent, like say, for example, that they end up, all right, let's go ahead and pull it up. Where is it currently, folks? Where is it currently? Playoff machine. Let's see. Let's check this out because I'm actually curious to see how this playoff run could potentially go. Say that this was how it would turn out right now. They're the 1st seed, but let's just say that they were the 2nd seed, right? And they had to go up against Denver. Okay. I could see a world where that would happen, right? I could definitely see a world where that could happen right then and there. And or say that it's the Chargers, like they end up slipping up. If it's a divisional opponent, I have a feeling that Kansas City might actually end up shitting the bed. I do. That, or if they play Pittsburgh, but we're going to have a better understanding and a preview here in a couple of weeks. But and shout out my boy Dwayne in the chat. This fan base needs a Lombardi trophy this year. And do you think Rousseau gets double-digit sacks? I think he finishes with 11.5. Gregory Rousseau. Let's see, brother. Let's see, man. Let's see. Where's our boy at so far with Gregory Rousseau? How he's been putting it up already, man. Let's talk about it. So far, he has 6.5 sacks so far. If Gregory Rousseau truly wants to get an extension, like as this pass rusher that we have been looking for, I feel like he's going to, at the very least, need to get 11, right? I think that's what we're going to have to look for. Chiefs have 4 of the remaining 5 against current playoff teams. If they get through the gauntlet and maintain the number 1 seed, I guess they deserve it. Absolutely. No lad. Chargers will lose. I believe the Browns will beat the Chiefs. DF forever. Yep. We would break Kansas City by 17. Barkley is having a good year, but what people forget is that the Eagles are still a playoff team without him. Can't say that about the Bills with Josh Allen. McDermott learned you have to be more aggressive versus Kansas City and not just keep away. 7 sacks so far. The closest game that Kansas City was to losing was the Raiders. All right, Michael Hall. I do not want to have to face the Broncos in the playoffs. My wife is a Colorado native. Yeah, we'll see what's going on there. Like even right here, say for example, it is the Broncos. Sean McDermott typically fares very well against rookie quarterbacks, so I would be completely fine with that. I'd be fine with the Chargers as well for the first round matchup. If this turns out how I think it's going to, because the Steelers have quite a difficult schedule ahead of them. But say that they like march down and make it happen, I could see the Steelers booting out Baltimore. I could. We have Bucky, 63. I think the Chiefs will lose to the Chargers, Steelers, and the Broncos. I like that. We got buy stocks. Kansas City is paper champion as of right now. Blair, our middle defense was stepped up, not hearing their names, but they held pressure. So, Dan, how do you like someone finally shutting down TD? He is an absolute defeated human being between Dwayne and a lot of other people that came on in there. But he destroyed him. He destroyed him. It was absolutely beautiful. Kansas City is going to lose some more, so we are 1. And even with a loss, we have Christopher G. The reason people are so concerned about Kansas City is because so many fan bases have this strange form of PTSD. They just can picture the Chiefs winning with some voodoo magic. I would not be worried about the Broncos or Chargers at all. We will see one of the three, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, or Kansas City. We have to win. Bella Rose. The problem with Kansas City is they seem to ramp up in the playoffs. But again, like I said, each and every single year is different. Each and every single team is a different team each and every single year. All right. Each and every single one of your competitions have improved, ideally, especially if you're in the playoffs. And I agree. I think that goes back to coaching. I think that Andy Reid is a wonderful coach. He does his thing. And as much as we love shitting on the Kansas City Chiefs for winning in the most ugly ways possible in 2024, you have to give credit where credit is due, specifically when it comes into the coaching and so the culture as well. It's always something to consider. Buy stocks. TD said we lose versus Seattle, then drop 4. We won them all. Now he's picking us to win this week, which makes it even more interesting. Dan, as a concerned friend, can you please check my Discord message? Absolutely, bro. I'm fine, bro. And so I'm just having a bad hair day. Bro. It's a little cold outside. I'm good to go, man. I promise you on that. I am good. Daily clips. Baltimore is our biggest threat in a game, but they might even miss the playoffs. We have buy stocks. Pitts will blow out early. Look at that, man. Extend Benford now. Oh, and that shirt, Dan. The shirt. Mafia, baby. Pat the Ripper is coming in. Props to the refs. 12th man, Kansas City. Mahomes has been running for his life, and he has been sped up and missing throws and not getting out of the pocket. I hate when people use the narrative Kansas City flips a switch in the playoffs. Like, no, they don't. And the problem is that no team uses a smart game plan to stop them. We might be the only team that can stop them. I wouldn't even say that, man. I think a couple of teams have a golden opportunity of being able to send them home early. And do you think Andy Reid is a better coach than Mahomes is a quarterback? I think it is a beautiful arranged marriage. That's quite simply what I think it is. $10 donation for my guy KVP rolling on in. I might be wrong, but my only concern in the playoffs is Tyler Bass. He's been pretty damn good as of late. I can see Buffalo beating them this time, but I think Kansas City gets knocked out in the first round. Here in Pennsylvania, we got about 2 feet of snow. Don't tell me you're cold. Oh, man. Holy shit. Chris Godwin, absolutely no slight to Mahomes, but without Reed, he wouldn't have a Super Bowl. It is cold and 72 degrees. Yo, Swooty, don't let Dan fool you. And the Chiefs are champions already. The game just hasn't happened yet. Man, you know what? I've never thought. Hold up. If Tyler H. I think the best path to the Super Bowl is Bills getting the 1 seed in Kansas City and Baltimore facing each other in the wild card. Then we face Denver or the winner of Houston or LA. Does 1 seed face lower seed in the divisional round? So the 1 seed faces the lowest possible seed remaining. So, yeah. Say, for example, that like the 7 seed ended up beating, so the second or something along those lines. And yeah, hyped about the Roundtable Sports merch I just got. That's a fantastic thing that you want to go. Guys, listen, we just ended up releasing some brand new championship merch for anybody that might be interested over at Roundtable Sports. Let me go on ahead, show it up. I'm going to filter it down to newest to old. Let me see. Look at that. We have the AFC East championship t-shirt. AFC East championship t-shirt. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Here we go. 5-time AFC East champion t-shirt. We have that locked and loaded right now for anybody that's looking to get into it. And then we also have a Tupac Shakir shirt. Tupac Shakir. Look at that, folks. Have some drip right in the Roundtable Sports merch shop. If, for example, that you want to celebrate the Buffalo Bills AFC East Championship, highly recommend that you make happen. Damn. That was what I was thinking here. Won a Norwood signed jersey and a Josh Allen Flash Authentic last night on Pristine. Congratulations, dude. Listen, I told you about Pristine Auction, man. It's absolutely nuts. Needed a reminder of the pain and the man who is going to take us to the Super Bowl. Absolutely, man. You get that shit out there. Only having to play 2 games to get to the Super Bowl is huge. It just is. And keep in mind that we are undefeated after a bye week. We are undefeated after a bye week. Booker T, 5 times, 5 times. Look at that. Josh is unfinished business with John Elway. Let's talk about it, baby. Chris Godwin is saying, I just got a 16 out of 25 on my final. It's time to celebrate. Yes, my friend. Go out, get hammered with the boys. All right? Start drinking. And it's Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. Make it happen. 6-pack. If history has taught us anything, is that this organization targets and fixes problems. Kansas City is running out of ways to beat the Buffalo Bills. 6-pack, I love that analogy. It makes all the sense in the world. Assuming everything goes according to plan and the Bills make the Super Bowl, who do we want to see in the NFC? The Lions and or the Eagles? Whoever has the balls to get off the bus and show up, baby. That's what I want. That's what I want. I spammed the heck out of the Roundtable shop last night. I think I will do that more often. We had a lot of sales last night. We had a lot of sales last night, bro. And so my boy Dwayne, he was nervous about me. He's like, why are you wearing so many skull caps, man? Is there something wrong with your health? No. As you can see, my hair is going absolutely nuts. Don't worry, folks. Still have a whole lot of hair. Have a whole lot of hair, baby. I'm as healthy as a judge. It's about to go on ahead and I'm about to rip this pre-workout and get swole after this stream. You know what I mean? Who else a meathead in here? Who else likes to lift heavy shit and put it down? Who else likes to lift heavy shit and put it down, baby? That's what we're talking about. Some of the best to ever do it. Which QB era is better? Okay, this is a good question. Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, Goff, Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I feel like this is all recency bias, right? I like having these conversations with you guys. But then again, I don't want to glaze because I feel like it was 2 different leagues. One where you could glorify the true pocket passers right here, but then you have the new age quarterback. If only there was a way that we could somehow clone Brees, Manning, Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, throw them in the NFL, right? Younger versions in their prime. See who would come out on top. I'm probably still going to go with these fools right here just because of this guy. Just because of that guy. If they were to clone them and bring them back in their prime, can we please not have Tom Brady in our division? I feel like that would be cool. So I take Drew Brees in our division. Anyway, Jeffrey is coming on in saying, I really hope that I can get that jersey. I love your channel so much, and you interact with your fans so much and really care. Jeffrey, I appreciate you, man. Listen, I want to interact with each and every single one of you. And he's been asking me. He's just been like, Dan, he's like, yo, what are you talking about, these giveaways? We're going ahead and throw this way right here. I'm giving away a signed Christian Benford jersey. Yeah. As many of you guys know, I have been Bills Mafia Santa Claus this year. All right. And I have been giving away a bunch of signed memorabilia because I love each and every single one of you and want to make sure that y'all are taken care of, baby. You know what I mean? So if you want to join these contests, what you have to be is a subscriber to this YouTube channel. All right. And by the way, I just surpassed TD Finn's talk in subscribers. Look at that. Look at that, baby. Look at that. We went. We won. It's little victories over here, folks. But have to subscribe right to this channel and have to leave a comment on this video once it is over. You'll probably notice I'm saying this for each and every single video. That's right. I'm picking a random video, and I'm literally just picking a random person out of nowhere to win the signed Christian Benford jersey. If I'm a friend of yours, if we've ever met up and had beers, or if you have my personal phone number, like my boy Austin and DF, then no. Unfortunately, you are not able to win any of my giveaways. I love you, but knowing me on a personal level is not doing you any favors for these giveaways, folks. That's for damn sure. Brandon S. I just call it how it is. And the Chiefs have had 4 lucky wins. You don't almost lose to the Broncos, Raiders 2 times, and Ravens by sheer luck and call the Chiefs good. Oh, dude, we got Brandon in here, man. He's pissing off Axel in the chat. Got to get yourself a Bill Santa hat on Amazon for like $10. I'm going to have to do it. Just as badly as I need to shave my neck beard right now, bro. Badly as I need to shave my neck beard. I'm going to throw this beanie back on. My boy Dwayne was just like, Dan, were you just diagnosed with something? Are you dying? I'm like, nah, dude, I'm good. Good. Yo, Swody, how you doing? No such thing as lucky wins when you're like 24-2 in the last 26 games. Bill Belichick is licking his chops right now if McDermott slips in the playoffs. He's not going to be fired, guys. He's not going to be fired. Like, I know Bills fans want him to be, but bro, I would put down the house that I own, that even if Sean McDermott were to get first rounded in the playoffs, he would still be the head coach next year, right? I would put my entire house on the line. Have it. Take it. Ruined investment. I do not see him. Damn. So you're comparing apples to oranges to say the Chiefs are the same as they are last year. They are not the same team. And to not see what makes me question it, if you've ever watched a season, bi-monthly contribution, Best Bills YouTuber. Whiskey, love you, Whiskey. Thank you so much for coming on in. Showing a little bit of love, man. There are a lot of very good Bills YouTubers out there, all right? My favorites are Buffalo Fanatics, #sports, Built in Buffalo. So who else am I missing? That's it. Those are my favorites, folks, right there. DF Forever cooked TD yesterday. He needs to stop the delusional Dolphins not making the playoffs. Guys, listen, here's the thing. We hate on TD Finstock, but let's ask ourselves this question and this question alone. I've heard a lot of people say that I've stopped watching because of TD Finstock. But you have to understand that hatred breeds views, right? Do y'all think that you would miss an episode at all if TD Finstock wasn't the way that he was? If TD wasn't the way that he was, would y'all genuinely tune in each and every single Wednesday like you do every single Wednesday? Probably not. Like, you would like tune in like occasionally. But TD being wildly delusional is what builds that show. It's what builds that show, man. We seek annoying conversations. And that's what he does. Hell yeah, I would. We have Bean saying I would still watch it even if TD was not delusional. You gotta love TD. Absolutely. Maybe we had an OJ curse or a Diggs curse. Maybe. Who knows? Lockdown Bills. Joe Marino is pretty dang good when it comes to stats. He is very good. He's very, very talented. Todd, TD is my second favorite dude, man. Dude, look at that. He is funny. It's part of the show, man. It's part of the show. Dude, listen. TD Finstock hopping on the AFC East roundtable every single Wednesday saying, I don't know, man. I think Tua is the best quarterback in the division. We know that it's stupid. Like, we know that it's the dumbest thing we've ever seen in our entire life. But a lot of people keep taking the bait. Like, people are like, oh my God, come on, man. What are you doing? Like, dude, like, he knows what he's doing. He genuinely doesn't believe that. Gotta respect McDermott. I was pissed after last year's playoff loss, but he is still a great coach. This was supposed to be a rebuild year, and he led us to winning the division in 13 weeks. Absolutely. What are you guys going to say when Kansas City blows out San Diego on Sunday? We'll say, let's go Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. TD also knows we still have so much love for him. Absolutely. Absolutely. If TD was a Bills fan, everyone would absolutely glaze him. Absolutely. It's like a car accident. You just have to watch it. Yeah, dude, it really is. I'm from Buffalo, and I love TD. Pause, dude. He's fucking nuts. He's crazy, man. I wouldn't want to do the show if TD Finstock had to retire. I wouldn't do the show, man, because, like, for what? Like, who's going to piss me off? Imagine if we had a reasonable Dolphins fan on there. I would fall asleep. Y'all are already seeing me fall asleep on the AFC's roundtable every single night because I'm an old man that goes to bed at 9 p.m. typically, right? Yes, that is true. I go to bed at 9 p.m. I wake up at like 5:30 in the morning. So by the time that it's 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. EST, your boy is fighting for his life, not trying to fall asleep on it. And how much TD pisses me off really gets me going. It spikes the adrenaline and it pushes me through. If I am ever about to fall asleep, I think TD just sees it and he says something completely outrageous. He says something completely outrageous just to get me going. You know what I mean? And so I love when his eyes pop out of his head. Me too. Every sports fan should defend their team like he does. Absolutely, man. Listen, we have to. TD stands for time. Oh no, Craig. Come on, Craig. Imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade. I got a low taper fade. Trust me, y'all will go to the Super Bowl, but the Lions will beat you. Bro, I'm going to show you a little vid. I'm going to show you a little vid about the Lions. No one's talking about the Lions right now, right? I feel like a lot of you guys just look at headlines and you see a headline like week 7 and you're like, oh my God, that team's going to be so hard. But you don't look at the status of the roster currently. So in case you haven't had an opportunity of doing this, shameless that have been follow Dan Mitchell on Instagram and or TikTok for all of my short videos. But here's my take on the Detroit Lions right now. Still a good team, but watch this. Say that I'm a Detroit Lions fan. I am absolutely terrified with how the rest of the season is going to go and even into the playoffs. And it has everything to do with this injury bug that they just can't shake. Folks, we are looking at currently 13 players exclusively on their defense that have been placed on the IR. And a lot of these guys aren't set to come back until first, second week of the playoffs, or even worse, missing the entirety of the season, as you can see right over here. Now, injuries are a part of the game and you have to adjust, but quite literally, when you have this many injuries on the defensive side of the football, this is bringing you back to the Detroit Lions of 2023. But they still have a high-power offense, still super aggressive, but their defense wouldn't be able to stop a nosebleed. And don't get me wrong, for the most part, they have been overcoming it. The problem is the remainder of their schedule. You have the Green Bay Packers, who can certainly go shot for you offensively, but much better defense than what they have been playing as of late. Same thing goes to the Buffalo Bills, can go shot for shot on offense, have a much better defense than what you have been playing recently. Chicago Bears literally brought you to the wire. San Francisco 49ers should be a win. They are banged up to all hell, just like you. But the Minnesota Vikings, like I said, can go shot for shot offensively and one of the best defenses in the league. I can empathize with this. As a Buffalo Bills fan last year, we hit the same injury bug defensively. And by the time that we made it to the divisional round, we literally had third and fourth stringers and guys that were pulled off of the couch to run plays at the linebacker and the cornerback position. For the sake of Lions fans everywhere, I certainly hope that they can overcome this. Prove me wrong, but I've seen this movie before. I'd be scared. Yep. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Richie Fresh is coming on in. Sorry I'm late. I just got on blowing snow. Chill, brother. Chill on that, all right? It'll ruin your life, Richie. It'll ruin your life. I'm picking the Lions to win today. It's going to be Green Bay. It's going to be Green Bay. Dude, listen, man. Listen. Those injuries, bro, are going to haunt the Detroit Lions. I have a feeling that Detroit ends up losing 3 out of their next 5. I really do. It's going to start tonight against Green Bay, and the Buffalo Bills are going to beat them. And then what was the other matchup I saw that I think that might be a difficult situation? So the Bears kept it close. Oh, and then so the Minnesota Vikings. So last game of the season. Hot take. Lions lose 3 out of their last 5. 3 out of their last 5. I'm seeing that. Blowing snow, that's sniffing snow, Dan, but still. You're right. Hey, well, I don't know. I just got done shoveling yet again. The winter needs to calm down a little. Guys, move to Florida. Well, so I'm basically in southern Alabama. It's still kind of cold out here, all right? And I'm not going to tell you the temperature because you're going to be pissed off at me that I think that what it currently is outside is cold. But we will see. Lions secondary, not good. It was their front seven was good. Nothing but a practice squad defense. We have Richie at least shares. Yeah, so not worried about the Lions. I'm not particularly worried about them as much as everyone seems like that they need to. Locked On Bills, great show. I really don't want to lose the Philly in the Super Bowl. That fan base is insufferable. No way. I love the snow. Oh man. Flying out to LA tomorrow for the game. Gonna watch JA17 with an insane game MVP. You're flying out right now, Daily Clips. Safe travels. Safe travels, my friend. Have fun in Los Angeles. Have a good time, man. It's fun out there, but traffic blows. That's my one complaint about Los Angeles. Nothing's close to each other. Nothing is close. Like you want to go to like this really cool restaurant and then afterwards you want to go bar hopping. Guess what? 45-minute Uber. All right. Like nothing is all in one spot. It's not a walkable city. I'm a big walkable city kind of guy. I'm not sure about you guys, but I like having everything that I could walk to and I could have like a variety of different things that I could check out. Right. I feel like that's my thing about LA is that it's just so widespread that like you can't is what it is. I like San Diego. Like that's my favorite city, like in California. Favorite city in America though. Okay. For fun, food, drinks, shit to do, Chicago. Chicago's the best city in America, in my opinion. Shitty sports, but there you go. And LA smells like bum piss. That too. Last time I was stuck in traffic forever. That place is absolutely horrible. That's why European cities are amazing. So walkable. Yeah, dude, listen. Walkable cities are where it's at. Walkable cities are where it's at, bro. Charleston for the win in walkable cities. Absolutely, Johnny Wall. So I lived about an hour and a half, 45 minutes away from Charleston growing up. So when I was 13 until I was like 30, I lived in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I would go to Charleston all the time. I wanted to go to Charleston long term, but here I am, Panhandle of Florida, baby. Wish I was flying out for the game, but I'm stuck here leaving comments every 3 hours to win a Dan jersey. Bella Rose. Bella Rose. We crushed the Rams. Allen gets taken out before the fourth quarter. Richie Fresh. Walkable sounds like a Broadway in Nashville. Hey, dude, listen. Broadway in Nashville is pretty fun too. Dan, and do you think the Lions will be banged up when they play us? They're pretty damn banged up right now, I'll tell you that. So 13 players are on the IR right now. And about 9 of them aren't set to come back until next season. A couple are set to come back second week in January. So, yeah, dude, listen. So the Lions really aren't a thing. No way, Dan. San Fran for food, my friend. I lived in San Francisco for about 6 months. Back when I was a tech bro. So back when I was a tech bro, prior to becoming a professional screamer right at everything and anything football news. I like certain areas like of San Francisco, solid food, solid nightlife. I love the marina area, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's San Diego. That's my favorite. And so I get to be on the live stream because I'm sick and had to miss work. Michael Hall, man, listen, I sincerely hope that you feel better, man. Let's go Buffaloes coming in, showing some love. And do you think that we re-sign James Cook with Ray Davis showing sparks this season? So I'll tell you what. We're going to have to make some decisions this offseason, especially if Brandon Beane wants to put together some things. I don't know, right? I don't know if this Buffalo Bills team truly values the running back. So this is kind of where we're at. He has one more year on his contract in 2025. If I am a gambling man, I have a feeling that we just end up running out his contract and we end up letting him walk. I've lived in Orlando 11 years. So when it hits 70 degrees, it feels like the 40s in New York. It does, bro. Dude, right now it's like 60. It's like 61 degrees. I'm cold, bro. I know y'all are going to hate me when I say that. Nate is coming in saying Chicago, so you have to have such a high risk of getting shot. Not downtown. So downtown, it's beautiful, man. Like, that's like a common misconception. It's clean. It's nice. There's not a lot of crime downtown. Like, obviously, like, in some of the outskirts, of course. But, like, downtown Chicago, please. Great city. I think the Bills lose week 18 and have backups. And what do you think our final record is going to be? I think that we will ultimately end up being 14-3. I think that's what it's going to be. I honestly think James Cook and Ray Davis together are an amazing duo unless he wants a lot of money. Shot at or shot? We have Joshua is saying, when James cooks, everybody eats. I love that. If Vaughn leaves, we sign Cook. If Vaughn stays one last year, Cook will be a cap casualty. So we have him under contract through 2025. Yeah, I don't know about Vaughn. We'll see. Who do you think we lose this offseason? Nara's coming in. Oh, no, Nara? No. All right. Who do I think we lose? Let me go on ahead and let me actually put together a video for that. But I'd say it's probably going to be more like February, like where I really take a look at the cap situation. Rasul Douglas is potentially a guy. Matt Milano is potentially a guy, unfortunately. If Matt Milano doesn't go out there and like he's like a baller and like he's just kind of like there, especially with how Dorian Williams has been playing, right? Like we've been playing very well with Dorian Williams. I don't think we're going to see Dorian Williams much more like this year. I think so. The most surprising is going to be Dorian Williams. And Matt Milano. And I also want to throw out into the ether that I really have a strong feeling that Josh Allen is going to get a massive contract extension. Because where it stands, if Josh ultimately does end up winning the MVP, if we win a Super Bowl, we make it to the Super Bowl, we're going to pay this guy. Because currently where it stands, what is he? Ranked like 12th or like 12th and stuff like that. And like, I understand that people like to take all of the interviews they see from Josh Allen and they say, oh, no, dude, he's just a great guy. He loves Buffalo. Like, come on, bro. Like, he's pissed off when he understands that he's the 12th highest paid quarterback and he sees people going out there just going absolutely insane. So when you look at his overall contract right now, none of the money is guaranteed in 2026. None of the money is guaranteed in 2026. Guaranteed salary is at $14 million in 2024. The most in his fully guarantees. Massive signing bonus, $14 million after the fact. So it would behoove the Buffalo Bills. It would be probably one of the best financial decisions for the Buffalo Bills to give him a mega extension. Once again, going into 2025. He's through 2028, but keep in mind, 0 guarantees at the end of the day. He'll be on the roster in 2026, 2027, 2028. We're going to have to extend him as well, right? Like, we're going to have to extend this guy and give him some other massive contract. So something just to keep in mind, and that ultimately would probably make us have to walk away from players like Matt Milano if that was the case. They will re-sign Cook until Ray Davis' rookie contract is up. Let the duo dominate, then possibly sign Ray Davis to an extension, and then let him cook. Oh, man, I'm loving this. I think we will end up letting Dorian go, and he will sign a big contract with the new team, and we will probably end up drafting a linebacker in the first 3 rounds. I want to say that Dorian is a second-year player, so I don't think that we would let him go after going into his 3rd year on the rookie contract. He's already pretty cheap. And even just reflecting back on this previous offseason where the number one goal was to get young and cheap, I think that's what we're going to be looking at. When Dorian's contract is up, 6-pack, I can see the front offices thinking they have gotten the most out of Shakir. And so I can see the front offices thinking they have gotten the most out of Shakir, sadly. I wouldn't say that. Let me see. Oh, man, we're already looking at contracts right now, folks. Folks, we already clinched in the playoffs, baby. We are probably having right now some conversations we shouldn't be having as of right now, man. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate some things. We still have him on 2025. So he's going to be at 2025. He could potentially be an extension guy as well. He could potentially be an extension dude as well. Right? Something to consider. Running cash. All right, yeah. We'll figure it out. We're going to have a lot of time to have all these conversations. Extend Shakir at all costs. That guy's my favorite player in the league, and it is absolutely insane. Shout out, live in Chicago now. It's a dope city. Tell the people. It's a dope city. Tell the people. Best city in the U.S. See? That's what I said. Has all the sports teams, all live sports, all the bars. It's clean. It's cleaner than New York City. Slightly smaller than New York City. It's walkable. Yeah. Public transit. And so to get you anywhere that you need to go, it's where it is. But, all right, guys. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go get swole real fast. I just drank my pre-workout. My skin is itching right now because I need to lift some heavy shit right now. But thank you so much for tuning in. For real. I want to remind everybody that I am giving away that Christian Benford jersey. All right, signed. If you want to be a part of my random contest, you have to be a subscriber to this YouTube channel. And you also need to leave a comment on this video the second that it is over with, baby. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you on BetUS TV's The Huddle. And then I will see you later for an afternoon stream as well. Just love you guys so much. See you soon. Peace.